Hi guys, and welcome back to Your Old Toys. Now today we're going to be reviewing a toy that I have wanted, well, since I knew about it, that was probably in 2021, and I've almost been collecting Star Wars now for 10 years. Can you believe that? And well, if you've watched this channel, you might know what I'm talking about, but I haven't really talked about it all that much on this channel. Now, this is a toy that, well, it's a Return of the Jedi toy. Yes, Return of the Jedi toys. They're not that good, but for some reason, I've just always wanted this toy, and well, I finally have it. So let's get our sign out of the way, and well, like I said, Return of the Jedi toy. Now, this is the 1983 version of this. There are two unique different versions. It is a Sears exclusive or department store exclusive. I think JCPenney did sell these, but it was mainly Sears, and that is Jabba's dungeon now. Just to finally have this toy after almost 5 years of wanting it's incredible. And this toy is 42 years old now, and at least now every Star Wars toy, every original vintage Kenner Star Wars toy is 40 or more years old. It's just crazy to think that in only 2 short years, Star Wars will be 50 years old. Anyways, if we flip this around back, there's some more details, and yes, it is a remold of the droid factory. It does not have all of the little parts. Now this side, it's just blank. It has some sculpting, a little pipe there. Then around front, on this side of it, it has a little peg there, although it was originally meant for a Jawa because, well, maybe it's a detention cell for a droid or something, but we do have all of the figures that did come with this playset. And, well, the figures that came with us. 8D8. So, we'll put 8D8. How about we put him? Let's put him right there. On this foot peg. Now, the foot pegs on this toy are much different because they have the standard width, and then it's almost like they just thin out at the top. They don't come to a point, but they halfway up they just get thinner. And then this toy, it also, or playset, although it's not really a playset, but it's not really a playset. It's not really a good display piece, but I don't know why I've just always wanted this. It also came with Nikto, so we'll put Nikto over here. Where can we see him? See him pretty good there. And, well, it also came with Klaatu, not just Klaatu in a skiff guard disguise, or Klaatu skiff guard, or whatever he's called. Of course, I'm sure there's some fancy name that everybody calls him now, but for me, he's just Klaatu. I call everything in Star Wars by the Kenner name, and if it did not get a Kenner toy, then, well, I guess we just default to what everybody else calls it. So, of course, this is the common version, because the other version with the tan base, it's the exact same toy, but the base is different, the crane is different, and, well, of course, it came with a Manaman EV99 and, what was the other figure? I can't remember it. A Man-Man and EV-99, I'm sure. Oh, and Barada. The other one came with Barada, of course. Those figures are all extremely hard to find. They're last 17s. They're not rare, but they do command a higher price point than these figures. Now, of course, the first thing we see when we get a view in Jabba's dungeon, the power droid. He's getting tortured. Now, well, what are the play features? It's just a base right now, but we do have the swivel crane, just like on the Droid Factory. So this swivels around just like that. Full 360-degree swivel. And then the crane does move up and down just like that. So, the way this works, and it doesn't work well, but you just kind of gotta, there's a little kind of tab on the inside of the power droid, kind of right there. And it wasn't designed this way, but it does work pretty well. So you just clip him, and, well, he fell off right there. And he just kind of hangs there. Now, there is a branding iron, although it is just a little bit too short to torture the power droid, of course. You can just move that back out of the way and just pretend like he's getting tortured, just like that. Like he was in the movie. Now, unfortunately, that is really the only play feature. However, in the dungeon, we did also see 21B, a 21B model droid, not 21B, because I believe he was seen in the background on their big conference for the Death Star. But a 21B model droid, he was getting pulled apart. Now, the main, and of course C-3PO and R2, but we don't have the EV-99 version. So they were there, but and well, I guess you can torture R2 because also, well, there's a little peg on the bottom of this or side of this so that you can bottom or side, either one, but there's a foot peg right there so you can kind of torture R2 or R5D4. And, well, that's really it for this toy. It's a simple toy. Again, it was a real grail piece for me, at least. And I'm happy to have it in my collection, I guess. It's just one of those pieces that I've always wanted. I thought it would be so cool to have, and, well, I have it now, and, well, that's really it. And I'm surprised they did not ship this with a power droid. They could have just put a special offer sticker on the box and said free power droid. But no, I guess 3 action figures is already enough. But all of the play features on this toy, and even on the box, everything just revolved around the power droid. And so, guys, like I said, that's really a wrap for today's video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. That's the best way you can support the channel right now. And please like the video. And that is the best way that you can show me that you really did enjoy this video. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.